1 2 3.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. في هذا العام أحداث غريبة وعجيبة وجميلة ومميزة. منها أننا سنحتفل بأبنائنا الطلاب الخريجين بطريقة مميزة لم نحتفل بها سابقا، عن طريق الأونلاين. نحتفل بأبنائنا هؤلاء الأبطال الخريجين، هؤلاء الذين يعني نفتخر بهم وترتفع رؤوسنا بهم وبإنجازاتهم، من أبناء الطلاب والطالبات خريجي الهاي سكول والجامعات. أتمنى لهم مزيدا من التفوق والنجاح. أتمنى ألا تقف طموحاتهم إلى هنا. هم قادرون على تحقيق المزيد والمزيد. نفتخر بهم كجالية.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. نبارك لطلابنا وبناتنا بحفل تخرجهم في 2020، وشكرا لل AAYSP لمتابعتها لحفل تكريم طلابنا الذين يجاهدون في هذا العام الصعب 2020. مبروك لكم مجددا، وكل عام وأنتم لنا فخر بإذن الله.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. الأخوة الكرام، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. نقدم أجمل التهاني والتبريكات لشبابنا الخريجين من أبناء الجالية اليمنية والذي تخرجوا من الجامعات والثانويات. نبارك لهم بهذا الإنجاز العظيم، ونشد على أيديهم، ونحثهم أيضا على الاستمرار في مواصلة التعليم العالي. وكما نحث أيضا أبناء الجالية اليمنية يعني أن يهتموا بأبنائهم وإلحاقهم بالمدارس واستمرارهم في التعليم. فيعني التعليم مهم، وهو مستقبل لأبنائنا في هذا البلد. أيضا نقدم الشكر والتقدير لأخواننا يعني المشرفين على جمعية الطلبة والمهنيين اليمنيين على اهتمامهم بهذا الجانب وتحفيزهم للطلبة ودعمهم لهم في كل عام، ويعني تقديم لهم الدعم الذي يعني يستحقه. فشكرا لهم، ونسأل الله لأبنائنا التوفيق والنجاح. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
The American Association of Yemeni Scientists and Professionals, the AAYSP, is the only Yemeni American organization that was established for the sole purpose of promoting higher education among Yemeni Americans. The organization was created to support our students, to encourage them, and to celebrate their achievements and success. When we think about the AAYSP, or when we talk about the AAYSP, please remember that we are talking about individuals in our community who are selfless, determined, resourceful, and committed to helping youth and all of us in the community. Holding a virtual graduation for our students on June 14th at 7 p.m. is another sign of this commitment. It is also a statement that should say to our graduates that we care about your success, we care about your graduation, and we as a community want to come together to celebrate this great achievement.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. ألف مبروك لكل خريجي وخريجات عام 2020. It was your passion, hard work and determination that got you to where you are today. And for many of you, graduation is something you and your families have been anticipating and looking forward to. Unfortunately, and due to the challenging times we are facing today, the ability to celebrate an important life event has been disrupted. And despite everything, you navigated through challenges. And we believe that your hard work should not go by unnoticed or uncelebrated. We want to show you how proud we are to have someone like you in our community. And AAYSP wants to honor, reward, and celebrate you in our virtual graduation ceremony.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد بن عبد الله الصادق الأمين. أعزائي أبناء الجالية اليمنية في كاليفورنيا، يشرفنا نحن الجمعية الأمريكية للطلاب والمهنيين اليمنيين أن نرحب بكم لحضور حفل التخرج السنوي في ولاية كاليفورنيا للسنة 11. للأسف بسبب الظروف وأزمة كورونا هذه السنة سيكون احتفالنا عن بعد عبر هذا البث المباشر. Hello everyone, this is going to be a great event and we have a great program for you. My name is Mundar Hussein and I'm a senior in high school and a YouTuber, TikToker, rapper. You know what I'm saying? We got to do halal rap though because we got to be a good example for the kids, you know what I'm saying? By the way, today we just hit 300K. If you want to check me out, it's at I Disobey. Oh, did I just rhyme that? I don't know. I'm not even trying to rhyme. That's how you know I'm a rapper. These are the symptoms of being a rapper. Anyways, it sucks we have to do this virtually because of COVID-19. I mean, this whole year has been crazy and we're only in June, like season 6. This is like a Netflix show. June is season 6. Imagine July, season 7, all the upcoming seasons. Like, what are we going to have? Hurricanes, earthquakes, Allah Aqad. But inshallah, everything will be fine next year. We wouldn't have to do this virtually. We can do this the normal way and all that. Corona came from China anyway, so it shouldn't last long. Before we start, we want to listen to a Quran recitation as the opening for the program. The Quran will be recited by Ustad Saleh Al-Zahiri.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. الله نور السماوات والأرض، مثل نوره كمشكاة فيها مصباح، المصباح في زجاجة، الزجاجة كأنها كوكب دري يوقد من شجرة مباركة زيتونة لا شرقية ولا غربية، يكاد زيتها يضيء ولو لم تمسسه نار، نور على نور، الله لنوره من يشاء ويضرب الله الأمثال للناس والله بكل شيء عليم في بيوت أذن الله أن ترفع ويذكر فيها اسمه يسبح له فيها بالغدو والآصال رجال لا تلهيهم تجارة ولا بيع عن ذكر الله وإقام الصلاة وإيتاء الزكاة يخافون يوما تتقلب فيه القلوب والأبصار. صدق الله العظيم.
صدق الله العظيم. Beautiful recitation. To get started with our program, we want to hear from the organizers of the event, the AAYSP. They have been doing this for over 10 years, the whole decade. Think about it. 10 years. Like back then, 10 years ago, there was no Snapchat, Instagram, all the social media you guys use nowadays weren't around back then. We want to hear about, and this 10 years later, still going strong. We want to hear about them and what's new. Please welcome Jihan. Please welcome Jihan, Public Relations Director, and Hisham Hussain, the AAYSP President.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome everyone to our 2020 graduation ceremony. This year we're doing it virtually, as Munder said, so we will have to live with it and we will have a great show for you. Before we start this lovely show, I want to tell you a little bit about AAYSP and what we do. It's the American Association of Yemeni Students and Professionals. We are a 501c3 organization founded in 2014. The main mission of AAYSP is to promote innovation and advancing the educational success of Yemeni Americans by networking, mentoring, advocacy, academic support, community-based initiatives, and elimination of barriers to education. I know that's a lot of goals, but we have been at it for the past 15 years and we have a lot more to go. How can you find us? Many people don't know where to find AAYSP and how to find information about AAYSP. Mainly, we have a website. We just relaunched in the past few months, a new website, AAYSB.org. You can also find us on Facebook, which is being streamed right now on our main Facebook page. You can just search AAYSB on the Facebook search and you'll find the main page. If you're in California, and since this ceremony is for California graduates mainly, you can find us also on Facebook as a Facebook group where we can chat and have a conversation. Also, if you are into Instagram, I know there's a lot of young folks here, high schoolers, maybe Facebook is too old for you. If you enjoy Instagram, we have an Instagram account at AAYSP. Also, if you're a YouTuber or if you're into YouTube, you can always find us on YouTube. And if it comes down to it, if you want to email us, you can email our main address, info@aaysp.org. Or if you are in California, please email california@aaysp. I'll talk to you a little bit about ongoing programs by AAYSP. Over the past few months, we have launched a number of initiatives and programs that have attracted a lot of members and a lot of interest. One of them is the webinar series. This is a webinar series that we hold every other month where we bring a professional that speaks about a specific topic. For example, this past month, or this month in June 2nd, we hosted Khawla Al-Ulufi here on the right side of the slide. She talked about colleges and the challenges of attending colleges and the opportunities for going to college. We also launched a Professional of the Month series that we release every month. We highlight the success and achievement of one Yemeni professional in the US. For example, the past couple of months, we released 3 cards or profile cards for 3 professionals. An example here on the bottom of your screen is Kamel Dabwan from California Bay Area. We also launched a technical training program in coordination with the Daly City Islamic Center and the Yemeni American Youth Center in Oakland. This is an introduction to the SQL training program, data analyst, and it's being held right now as a pilot program. And also, we've been working on a literacy program with Oakland Unified District for the past year. We will tell you a lot more about it in the next few minutes. A little bit about the California chapter. We divided the California chapter into three main committees: Community and Parents Committee, Youth Engagement Committee, and College Engagement Committee. The Community and Parents Engagement Committee is led by Dayfullah Muhammad, his picture right here on the top right. The Youth Engagement Committee, mainly focusing on high schools, is led by Hussam Falah. And the College Engagement Committee is currently in progress, and it was formally held by Safa Dhabiani, which you will hear from her later on. We also launched a new initiative this year. It's called Members Program Initiative, where as a member of AAYSP, which anybody can become a member of AAYSP as long as you're a student or a professional, you can just go to our website and become a member and be part of AAYSP, be part of this movement to transform the Yemeni American community into education and professionalism. We have a program called Programs Initiative, where you come and you bring your own program, and AAYSP will support you and fund you for that program. So you have to present a proposal and will be reviewed and approved. Speaking of high schools, we have been working a lot with three main high schools in East Bay: Oakland High School, SNL High School, and Fremont High School. Hussam Falah has done an amazing job as an advisor from AAYSP, and he worked with advisors in the schools themselves. And I would like to give a shout out and mention to Miss Tara and Mrs. Titana. So thank you very much for your help in the high schools, and a shout out to all the high schoolers in the Yemeni student clubs. And before I end this small presentation for you, I would like to thank our sponsors for this event. Without them, we cannot afford the gifts that we sent to the graduates. You should have received your gift in the mail in the past couple of days. If not, you will receive it tomorrow or the day after. I want to thank the main sponsor, Al-Jumari Group, a well-known company. They have a number of shops, halal stores across the US and in California, the Saba Life Poultry. So I want to thank the owners for their sponsorship. I also want to thank Rihla Shop for their amazing startup company that they just started in the past few months, and they have amazing products. Also, Chemo Wireless. They do an amazing job with smartphones and fixing them, and also purchases. And I also want to thank a number of other supporters, such as Yemen American Network Radio, as known as a radio in the community. They've done an amazing job, and we thank them for the support. Also, Vigilant Pro Private Securities, and a number of individuals in the community, Mr. Ahmed Abu Zaid, VP of the Local 87 Union, and also Dr. Farouk Al-Audi. So thank you to all the sponsors. شكرا جزيلا لرعاية الحفل. Jihan, the mic is yours.
Thank you, Hisham. You guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, congratulations to all of our graduates. We are so proud of you. You know, a lot of people ask me, why are you still working with AAYSP? I often wonder that myself. I wonder because some of our community has yet to realize the importance of education. And it can be hard always emailing, texting, and calling people to attend this workshop or this event or sign up here. And when you do all of that work, very few people attend or participate. But even with that, I'm still here. I'm here because I strongly believe that education is equivalent to armor during times of war. You cannot go into the battlefield without some form of protection. Our forms of protection in this dunya are plenty. We learn how to walk so we can move, navigate in and out of spaces. We learn how to talk so we can speak up for ourselves and articulate our thoughts and feelings and opinions. We learn how to pray so we can gain a spiritual and emotional connection with our Creator and understand our purpose in this world. I think education is just as essential. Education is a weapon against poverty, and it gives us tools to solve problems, to open our minds, to learn about other ideas, cultures, and societies, helps us move away from intolerance, from racism, from discrimination, and towards coexistence. It gives us the courage to speak up against injustice. I think the most important motivation for me to keep seeking knowledge and to continue my education, and also to push my kids. One of them is graduating today, high schooler, and those around me, is to never stop learning. Because the impact that women face without an education, specifically without a degree, is tough. When we're young girls, we rely on our families to support us, and they do, alhamdulillah. Then we get older and we get married, and we rely on our husbands to support us. And many of them do, alhamdulillah. Then we become parents, and the burden is on us to teach, to guide, and to support our children. It's a cycle of life, subhanAllah. But what happens if that cycle is interrupted? What if we don't get married? What if our father gets ill, passes away, Allah la qaddar? What if we get divorced? What happens next? I want folks to kind of sit with those questions for a second. I can tell you that for me, I was not put the burden of my financial responsibilities on my family after becoming a single mom myself because of my degree. I was able to work, support myself and my children, donate to Yemen, help relatives, and have a better quality of life than if the circumstances were different and had I not went to college. And just like armor, you can use it when you need it. I encourage all Yemeniyat to remember your families and your values, follow your dreams, and make going to college a real, tangible goal, not just a fantasy. And aim high. You never know how you'll transform your family, your community, the world. You must know that you can and that you should. We can create so much change if each of us had degrees in various fields, and we work together to lift up our people here and back home. Yemen was once a rich civilization. We would be doing what our ancestors did. I can go on and on about how educational success in our community is so very much needed, but I'd like to shift gears really quickly and introduce AAYSP's literacy program. For the first time in California, AAYSP applied and received its first grant last summer in partnership with Oakland Unified School District. We're very proud of this program because it's the first time we've ever been able to officially work inside of a school district. And we know that Oakland has a large Yemeni American population, and the need is high. Arabic speaking students were among the lowest performing student groups in Oakland Unified School District, with 70 to 80% of the populations respectively reading one or more multiple years below grade level. The percentages of Yemeni Americans in these schools represent the highest group compared to the rest of the Arab community. So this program was designed to lift up Middle Eastern American students' literacy rates, who among them are primarily Yemeni American elementary age students. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome AAYSP's literacy program coordinators who've been on the ground leading this work, Sabriya Hassan and Hissam Fallah.
Hi and salam to all. We're going to present to you our AAYSP literacy program called Ta'allum. The project started on June 2019. It was the first official agreement for AAYSP to have with OUSD, Oakland Unified School District, in collaboration with APISA. The project main concern is to increase the literacy reading and writing rates among Middle Eastern students in elementary schools. This is me, Safa, Icono members, and Leylan from APISA. This is the program logo and is translated into 2 other languages, as you can see, Arabic and Pashto, since it's going to serve Middle Eastern students. Mission statement is to provide exceptional services that support Middle Eastern students with difficulties in literacy to engage in activities and routines that can enhance their literacy skills. Now I move the mic to my great co-worker, Miss Sabriya Hassan, who is the main coordinator of this program.
I'll be diving right into the data collected by Oakland Unified School District. 67.1% of our Middle Eastern students, particularly Yemeni students, have not met standard level. 21.6% nearly met standard level, and 10.5% are standard met. That is a very low percentage to have within our community. So how do we tackle this? We focus on family engagement. We want our Yemeni families to be more involved within our school communities. Highlight the importance of early childhood enrollment. we've partnered with teachers to develop culturally responsive curriculum and practices. Our program strategies is to focus on intergenerational mentorship, develop a Middle Eastern talent that is obviously already there, it just needs to be sparked. We hired Middle Eastern high school and college students to act as mentors to our targeted students within our partnered schools, which created a more empowerment, self-identity, self-knowledge, and students were able to see themselves. We established Reading Buddy Days, where our mentors were coming in once a week reading culturally responsive books to our targeted students. Many of our students were never exposed to their own cultural heritage and books available to them in the classroom. This opportunity created an acknowledgement, a sense of normality, and appreciation to children's home cultures, which helped our students feel proud and were so ready to express their cultural uniqueness in their own way. However, our plans for spring 2020 did not take place due to the coronavirus pandemic. Middle Eastern Heritage Week was set for April. We would have provided our teachers with culturally relevant books, the Arabic alphabet, Arabic music played during lunch and recess, a Middle Eastern potluck, and ending the week with the grand finale, a cultural assembly in collaboration with Golden Thread Productions. But we did have the opportunity to continue our reading sessions via Zoom, and we ended the year with book baskets to our targeted students, which consisted of school supplies and many books for them to read during the summer. So the book baskets for our 20 students in our AAYSP literacy program are complete.
Literacy night at Fruitville Elementary School. They're doing a book fair, and this is our AAYSB table.
Good. I'll be
Library.
Middle Eastern Heritage Week. Alif, Ba, Ta, Ta, then Sin again, little like cursive but in Arabic. So it says Sin, in Sheen, it's the same way but 3 dots on top.
Hey, I hope you're doing great. My name is Hussam. I'm going to read this book for you. It's called Under My Hijab. Grandma peeks into the oven as a brown leaf of bread starts to rise. Her hijab is carefully folded. Like going to read for you this story. It's called
It's Ramadan. Curious George.
Let's get started. A special month. George can't wait for tomorrow when the month of Ramadan will start. It's a special time of year for his friends, and George is going to take part. Hi and salam to all. We're going to present to you
That was awesome. Thank you very much, Hussam and Sabriya, for the amazing work that you've done. Sabriya, I would like to ask you and Hussam to turn off your video if you don't mind. I would like to share a few words with you here in front of the audience, and we'll go right straight into the ceremony proceedings. Thank you, Sabriya. I want to make sure that Hussam is on as well. Hussam, can you please turn on your camera? Thank you very much. All right. So, Sabriya and Hussam, you guys have done an amazing job. I can't thank you enough. This program is helping a lot of Yemeni students in the elementary schools, and we really appreciate all the work that you do. As a token of appreciation, this is a surprise, everyone, okay? So nobody knows about this. The AAYSB board and the local chapter have decided to honor Sabriya Hassan for the incredible work and amazing energy she put into the program. She's been with us for about 6 months now, And without her, the program would have been a failure, to be honest with you. We were this close to basically pulling out because we could not handle it. But she's came in and she's done an amazing job. So Sabriya, this is why we asked you to come live to receive this award from us. Hussam, if you don't mind showing the plaque and reading the plaque to her.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll make sure that we deliver it to you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, you guys.
AAYSP Exceptional Parent Award honoring Sabriya Hassan for her incredible work and dedication to ensuring the success of AAYSP literacy program with Oakland Unified Schools. You deserve it,
Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you. I really, truly appreciate it.
It was an honor. It was an honor for me to work with you. You have been a great teammate, and you deserve it.
Thank you. I want to thank all you guys, and especially AAYSP and our partner Leilon, who is the project manager of PISA. She's been incredible with collaborating with us in our partnership. Also, our students, our families, they're important factors, and we wouldn't have done it without them. And the support we received from families was incredible. And my family for being very supportive. And yes, it's inshallah, we can continue this program next year as well.
Inshallah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Munder, the mic is yours. Thank you.
Congrats to you, Sabriya. I'm really proud of you. By the way, I have a certificate like that too. I just didn't record myself, you know what I'm saying? I didn't record myself getting in it because I didn't want to flex. I didn't want to show, oh no, I'm playing. We have a UC, but now we want to talk about you, the graduates. We will have a UC Berkeley graduate, Yusuf Munir. He is graduating with a bachelor's degree in political science, and he has a very active student and president of the Yemeni, and he was a very active student and president of the Yemeni Students Association at UC Berkeley. Yusuf, the mic is yours. There's nothing. Act like you have the mic though.
Thank you so much. Let me try to figure out the video problem here. Just give me 1 second. It says you can't start your video because the host has stopped it. I don't know who's the host.
Let me try to figure this out. Just give me 1 second. Sorry, we're trying to do this live. So I apologize. Can you try again?
Okay.
All right, you're on. You're on.
All right. Thank you so much for the introduction, Munder, and thank you so much, Hisham, for inviting me here. Assalamu alaikum and peace be upon you all. My name is Yusuf Munir, again, as Munder said, and I'm graduating from UC Berkeley with a political science degree. Let me start by saying congratulations to every one of you all, including myself. I know this is not how we imagined our graduation ceremony to be. We were all thinking of the day we walk on that stage to receive our diploma, while our friends and family cheer us from the crowd. I know we were dreaming of the day we throw our caps high in the air, as if we're throwing away the sleepless nights we spent studying in the library. I know we wanted that kind of celebration, to make it up for all the days we suffered because of the brutal exams and the 5,000 essays we had to write. I know we deserved better than this. But if we really think about it, is it really that fun to actually have a ceremony for 5 hours under the sun around hundreds of students who could be sweaty and smelly, and when they finally call your name, you can't even hear it because of the babies crying in the crowd? And if you're not an honors student, you have to bear that look your dad will give you when the honors students get called. You all know the Yemeni dads and moms look, and including my mom's, I know when she looks at me, that look when I'm not performing great in school. A graduation ceremony isn't about being in a specific place at a specific time doing a specific thing. It is surely about celebrating you as an individual and your achievements, whether in school or in life at large. You have learned a lot and you made it here because of your hard work and discipline. That should be celebrated. I remember myself coming here to the US in 2014, speaking zero English and not knowing the road ahead. I found AAYSP and I met some inspirational people who showed me what the road ahead will look like. 5 years forward, I'm graduating from UC Berkeley, my dream school, and supposedly the best public university in the US. I know it's hard to celebrate while we're going through a pandemic, mass protests against racism and discrimination, and for us as Yemenis, a war back home and a heartbreaking humanitarian situation that we still suffer from, even from thousands of miles away. It's hard, but it's also inspiring. Whether you are finishing high school or college, put your community needs in your mind when you transition to your next stage of your life. As Yemenis here in the US, we even have a bigger purpose to work towards. Yes, we have made a considerable progress in education and the amount of Yemeni students who go to college and graduate from the best institutions. Yet, we still have to push for more. Our community needs more college graduates than Dukkan or Matbakh graduates. And this is a message to all my Yemeni uncles and aunts. Please put your kids in school and make it your highest priority. And to those who have made it their highest priority, thank you so much. You are contributing to making an educated generation that will certainly uplift the Yemeni community here and back home in many different fields. And finally, to my fellow graduates, hold your head high and celebrate. While you're doing that, give back to your community. Look around you, uplift one another and inspire one another. We need every one of you to make a difference, and that starts with educated minds. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Yusuf Munir. That was really powerful. I really liked it. MashaAllah, Munir, Munawwar, your last name matches you. And now for some entertainment, we will have some nice music by the talented singer and oud artist. I love oud. By Muhammad Saeed.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. مرحبا بكم جميعا. أود أن أشكر جمعية AAYSP لاحتضانها هذا الحفل الرائع، ويسعدني أيضا أن أشارك فيه وألقي الفرصة بأن أقدم خالص التهاني لكل الطلاب المتخرجين. فألف ألف مبروك ومستقبل زاهر إن شاء الله. وأود أن أهديكم جميعا هذه الأغنية تعبيرا لما أشعره. والسعد قد زارنا جمعة والسعد قد زارنا جمعة مخلوط فينا اسمة الأرياح مخلوط فينا اسمة الأرياح لو يا اخوتي نحيي الحفلة نحيي تخرج ذكي مغوار جو يا اخوتي نحيي الحفلة نحيي تخرج ذكي مغوار نعزف لها العود والطبلة ونشل باللحن غنى واوتار ونشل باللحن غنى واوتار. تقبلوا هديتي المتواضعة وتحياتي لكم فنانكم محمد أبو عمار. السلام عليكم.
That was beautiful. By the way, I can sound like that too, but I don't know why it results in people leaving when I do it. Like, it sounds the same to me. It sounds good, but I don't know why people leave when I do that. Anyway, now we're here from our keynote speaker. She was the MC for last year's graduation ceremony, and now she is in medical school to achieve bigger things and be a doctor. I don't know, but she'll probably be the first Yemeni female doctor from the Bay Area. Like, this is going down in the history books. Like, we're witnessing history with our eyes. First Yemeni female from the Bay Area to be a doctor. Like, that's a big achievement. I'm telling my kids this story that I witnessed it. Safa Adebani is a second-year medical student and former AAYSP member. She has been working with the Yemeni community to increase access to higher education in the Bay Area through AAYSB and the Yemeni Student Association of Berkeley. As a UC Berkeley alumni, she once served as a YSA president and led multiple initiatives to support the academic goals of the youth in our community. She aims to serve as a mentor for Yemeni youth as she works on her goals of becoming a doctor. Let's hear from Safa.
Thank you so much. Congratulations, 2020 graduates. What you have accomplished is much bigger than you can ever imagine. To our high school graduates, you have accomplished more than the average Yemeni American. You should be proud of your determination and perseverance. To our college graduates, you have successfully created space for our community within American academia. Along the journey, I'm sure every one of you has had to explain to a loved one why you are in school in the first place. Some of these conversations have been harder than others. Some of you had to really fight to get to school on time, taking multiple buses, or even just convincing your family that what you are doing is important and will pay off. And if you can't relate to this, then know that this is the fight that your fathers, mothers, aunts, uncles, or even your grandparents have fought for you. It's expected when turning on to a new direction that you will find resistance. Few, if any, will truly understand why or how you plan to accomplish your out of the ordinary goals. The resistance, it might exhaust you. You might question why you're heading on this path in the first place, but you did not give up, and that's why you're here today. I hope you always choose to never give up on investing in yourself, because whenever you invest in yourself, you invest in your community. You have a rippling effect. You open doors that will allow others to reimagine their lives and test their own boundaries. But again, why is this so important? Why am I telling you this? The answer is quite simple. You are our future leaders. And I don't mean to be cliche or corny. The truth is simple. You have and will continue to accomplish much more than the average Yemeni American. Aside from our successful businesses, we have a significant shortage in educated individuals in our society. As long as that continues, it will have a significant impact on our overall quality of life as a community. Each and every one of you has the power to shift the norms, to reimagine the Yemeni American experience. And I would like you all to imagine what Yemeni excellence could look like, to have our community known for our strive towards education, the heights that we can reach, the places that we could go. And graduates, I ask you to reflect on why it can't be you that leads us in that direction. I by no means am suggesting that it would be easy. It's likely to be very difficult, but that is just an indication of how important it is. So as you enter this new chapter of your life, I have some tips on how to keep marching through this uncharted territory. 1, remember your why. Is it your family? Is it for your community? So that you can live the life of your dreams? I read an article by Debbie Millman after graduating UC Berkeley, in which she explains an exercise that she has her students do. You write out a day in your life 10 years from now, in the most vivid detail. She asks you to let go of any doubts and allow yourself to write out of your wildest dreams. I suggest that you do it, and you read it every year. It not only allows you to remember what you're working for, but it moves the dream from a space of imagination to a space of possibility. Number 2, I ask you to seek mentors. Society today is the most connected it has ever been. If you think of anything you would like to become, there's likely someone out there who is doing it already. They're only an email or a message away. So find them and don't be afraid to reach out and ask, how did you do it? The worst that will happen is you will never get a response. The best that can happen is that you will have a mentor that will help you throughout your journey, and having that person is invaluable. Number 3, remember that your struggle is not entirely unique. You may be married, you might have kids, or you may have to provide financially for your family. Whatever your situation is, there's likely someone in this vast world that has pushed against the same barriers you have. Do not isolate yourself in your struggle. Find people with the same fire in their heart that you have. If you find in that search that you are truly alone, then ask yourself, do I want to be the trailblazer? Do I want to be the inspiration? Do I want to be the person that will open the door? Number 4, trust yourself. When no one else believes in you, you must believe in yourself. You have to realize that you are capable. You have persevered through it all to get to this place as a 2020 graduate. There's nothing in your way that is too hard. As long as the dream within you is strong, it will be your determination that will lead the way. So take the chance on yourself. And number 5, be careful with the most important career decision you can make. I cannot talk about Yemeni accomplishments professionally or within academia without talking about marriage. The Dean of Students at UC Davis Medical School said in a conference, the single most important career decision you could make is who you marry. In our society, marriage is the greatest accomplishment. It's the pivot point of our lives. Marriage takes you from a single person and throws you into a team of 2. You want to make sure your teammate has your back. You want your teammate to know your dreams, to support you as a husband or as a wife. And this tip to our graduates is more of a plea to our society to be more conscious of the needs and the dreams of our youth, and to support in finding spouses that will uplift them and make their lives healthier and happier. And number 6, empower each other. We will not see any lasting change in our community unless we uplift each other. We celebrate each other's success. If we can truly see our brother and sister's success as a win for everyone, then that is when we have reached a turning point. Number 7, my final point, is to give back to your community and give back to the global communities. Be the person that shows up for people, that shows up for justice in our community, but also in other communities. The world is calling out to you with COVID and the Black Lives Matter movement, and Yemen struggling more than ever, and our own issues here as Yemeni Americans. I personally believe in timing, and I know that the 2020 graduates are special and more capable of being the future leaders that move us and our community in the right direction, especially in these uncertain times. So as you open this new chapter in your life, please remember why you are heading in this direction. Seek mentors. Remember that your struggle is not entirely unique. Trust in yourself. Be careful with the most important career decision you can make. Empower each other and give back to your community and the global communities. Thank you.
Thank you, Safa, for the powerful speech. I'm inspired, and I hope the rest are too. Obviously they are. I don't know why I said I hope they are. Of course they are. I hope many people, but I hope many more Yemenis will go to the medical field just like you, inshallah. Next, we'll hear from one of the high school graduates being recognized. Please welcome Khattab Al-Umari. He's going to UC Irvine. He has been very active of his city of San Francisco and was youth commissioner in District 6. And Khattab received the SF City Hall Certificate of Honor. You see all those big words I just said? Like, it just shows his success, you know what I'm saying? Like, commissioner, big words. Please welcome him.
Assalamu alaikum, class of 2020. We have finally reached the moment we have been waiting for. We have finally graduated and got our diplomas. My name, for those of you that don't know me, is Khattab. I too am a graduating high school senior in the class of 2020. A little about me is that I was the first Yemeni American to be appointed to the San Francisco Youth Commission of City Hall. Although my term is coming to an end, I have been inspired to pursue a degree in political science and a career in law, inshallah. I know these last few months have been tough and we have been working hard at home to finally get our diplomas, and I wanted to recognize that hard work you have all put in. But I also wanted to remind you it is not over yet. We finally get a break right now to enjoy ourselves, but we also have to prepare for college. College can still sound scary, but in order to get over that fear, we gotta realize that college will only be as hard as we make it. We are all very smart, mashallah, and bound to do great things, inshallah. But the only way that can happen is if we put in the work right now. We gotta come to realize that the hard work we put in right now will be our gateway to a more relaxing and successful future. I know we are still young and tend to get caught up in the more fun things in life, but this is also the time in our lives where every moment counts. I don't want to take up too much time, but I leave you with this one last overall piece of advice that I also will work to incorporate more as well. The more hard work we put in right now, the more we will be rewarded for it in the future, inshallah. And in the words of Muhammad Ali, the great boxer, don't quit, suffer now, and live the rest of your life as a champion. I hope you all do well, inshallah. And just like when we turn the tassel from the right to the left, we are turning a page into a new chapter of our lives where we will grow and become great adults, inshallah. Thank you and assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Khattab. That was really powerful. I can relate to many things you said. I like the quote that you picked from Muhammad Ali. Now I want to talk about the parents. Parents play a key role in our success as students, and to recognize them, we are giving an award for one exceptional parent, and this award will be presented by Muhammad Dayfallah from the California Chapter.
الجمعية الأمريكية للطلاب والمهنيين اليمنيين AAYSP قسم الجالية وأولياء الأمور. هذا العام انتهجت شيء جديد ومميز، وهو تكريم أولياء الأمور في جاليتنا الكريمة. طبعا كل الشكر والعرفان لكل أولياء الأمور الذين يدعمون التعليم وأبنائهم في مواصلة التعليم فردا فردا. وباسمهم اليوم سوف نكرم شخصية معروفة ومحترمة في المجتمع اليمني، وهو معروف بدعمه القوي في التعليم. حتى في الوقت الذي لم يكن الآخرون يسمحون لأبنائهم في التعليم، كان هو من الذين سمحوا لأبنائهم بإنهاء دراستهم. العم أبو أديب الشرفي عندما كان في سن المراهقة التحق بمدرسة مرسد الثانوية. للرغم من أنه لم ينهي التعليم، فقد كان يعمل كل ما بوسعه كوالد للتأكد من أطفاله. لديه ولدان و4 بنات. أكبر بناته تقوم بعمليات عديدة مع كبار الجراحين في مدينة سان فرانسيسكو. ابنته الثانية تدرس الآن في السنة الثانية طب أسنان. خرج ابنه الأكبر مؤخرا من أكاديمية كاليفورنيا. ابنته الثالثة تخرجت من مدرسة CCBE في مدينة أوكلاند ودرست ثانوية وكلية بنفس الوقت، وحصلت على معدل 4.39 GPA. ابنته الصغيرة التي أكملت عامها الثاني في المدرسة الثانوية حصلت على هذا المعدل وتأمل أن تصبح طبيبة أطفال ذات يوم. أبو أديب الشرفي يأمل أن يتخرج ابنه الأصغر من كلية الحقوق ويصبح محاميا للحقوق المدنية. نحن نقدر جهودك لتربية أولادك ومساعدتهم في اختيار مستقبلهم. أنت تعتبر قدوة للآباء، ونتمنى من جميع الآباء الاستفادة من خبرتك، وهذه شهادة منا ومن الجمعية تقديرا واحتراما لك، ونكون لك كامل الحب والاحترام والتقدير.
شكرا. أشكركم كلكم لحضوركم فردا فردا، كما أهني الطلاب المتخرجين سواء من الثانوية العامة أو من الكليات، وإنما نشد على أيديكم ونتمنى لكم حياة طيبة، ونقول لكم العلم لا مثيل له. على كل حال زي ما أنتم تعرفوا أنه آبائنا كانوا ناس غير متعلمين ولا يؤمنوا بالعلم، ولكن كانوا يؤمنوا في الغربة. يعني أنا نفس الخبر كنت آمن في الغربة، ولكن التمست شيء من العلم، وللأسف لم أستطيع أحقق ما كنت أطمح إليه من العلم. ولكن طالما إنه إحنا التمسنا إن العلم هو سلاح المستقبل، وهو لا حياة بلا علم، وهذا يعني في ديننا الإسلامي، فلهذا سأحاول بكل ما أستطيع أن أدعم أولادي، كما أحاول يعني لدعم جارية، وهذا يعني واجب علي. نحن يعني نحثهم على مواصلة العلم، لأن العلم نور. في ديننا يقول اطلب العلم من المهد إلى اللحد، وهذا شيء طبيعي. المهم نتمنى لهم التوفيق والنجاح، وأنا أقول لكم العلم العلم العلم.
في البداية أحب أن أبارك للأخ صالح الشرفي، أتمنى أن يكون في من مثله من الآباء اليمنيين الكثر. وكذلك نشكر مؤسسة AAYSP على هذا الجهود الكبيرة في دعم الشباب، وكذلك في تشجيع أولياء الأمور على النحو الذي تم في ذلك.
That was awesome. I want to say thank you to my parents too. First, obviously for making me exist. Second, for raising me the way they did, checking on me, how I do as a student, because all the things they did like made me who I am today. All the things benefited me. And to continue to celebrate our parents, we have a parent guest speaker, Sina Al-Muhin. She is the program specialist at the Yemeni Youth Center and a certified health coach. She was the Arabic lead teacher at Aviros High School and currently teaches at the Bay Area Arabic Academy.
Assalamu alaikum. Did you hear me, guys?
We hear you, we hear.
Okay. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا بالأمهات والآباء الأفاضل، وألف مبروك لبناتنا وأبنائنا الخريجين. شكرا لجمعية الطلاب والمهنيين اليمنيين على كل ما يقومون به من جهود جبارة لدعم الطلاب، وعلى الالتزام المسؤول حتى يومنا هذا بالاحتفال بالخريجين رغم كل المعوقات. احتفال عبر الإنترنت، ما نفعل حكم الله. بسم الله. كمعلمة وأم ل4 أبناء أقول لكم أن يوم التخرج هذا يوم لن ينسى أبداً، لن ينساه الأهل ولا الطلاب ولا المعلمين الذين رافقوا الطلاب المراحل الدراسية التي أوصلتهم إلى هذه اللحظات. فمبارك عليكم وعلى أهاليكم وكل معلميكم. أيتها الأمهات الفاضلات والآباء الأكارم، أقول لكم يحق لكم الافتخار بهكذا أبناء وبهكذا يوم. شكراً لساعات العمل الطويلة التي قضيتموها في توفير احتياجات أبنائكم. شكراً للأمهات الرائعات اللاتي ربينا وغسلنا وطبخنا ونظفنا واشتغلنا داخل البيت وخارجه ليوصلنا الأبناء إلى هذا اليوم الجميل. صدقوني يا أمهات ويا آباء، أبناؤكم يقدرون كل ما تفعلونه لأجلهم. اسألوني أنا معلمة، وإن لم يحدثوكم بذلك فقد سمعته منهم مباشرة. كمعلمة لغة عربية بمدرسة ثانوية وصلتني العديد من كتابات أبنائكم يذكرون فيها تقديرهم لما تفعلونه وحبهم واحترامهم لكم. ذكروا لي كم يتمنون أن يجعلونكم فخورين بهم. ذكروا لي أبناءكم الطلاب المسلمين والعرب والطلاب اليمنيين، حتى أن بعضهم تمنى أن يكون مليونيراً ليجازي أهله على ما فعلوه. فصدقوني هم شاكرين لكم ويقدرون كل ما تفعلونه لأجلهم. شكراً لطلابنا الأعزاء الخريجين على ساعات السهر الطويلة وعلى المثابرة والمذاكرة التي أوصلتكم إلى حفل التخرج هذا. سعادتي لا تقدر كوني أشهد هذا الحدث الرائع للعام الثالث على التوالي، وفرحتي لا توصف. كمعلمة يمنية هنا أرى أبناء جاليتي يتخرجون جيلاً تلو جيل، وما شاء الله يتقدمون من نجاح إلى نجاح. هذا ما نأمله ونحلم به، أن تتضاعف أعداد الخريجين والمهنيين يوماً بعد يوم. والحمد لله هناك بوادر أمل في جاليتنا كثيرة تنبئ بأن أبناءنا قادمون. الطلاب اليمنيين المهنيين اليمنيين قادمون وبقوة. هنا الطالب النشط في مدرسته، وهنا الطبيب البارز في مهنته، وهنا المهندس، وهنا المحامي، ورئيس مجلس بلدية مدينته وغيرهم. يجمع بيننا جميعا الأصل اليمني الذي يشرف بهم تماما كما يشرفون به. وأود أن أشير هنا إلى أن مجتمعنا في البي إريا الحمد لله يتقدم بخطى ثابتة إلى الأمام، فإنه إلى جانب جمعية الطلاب والمهنيين اليمنيين بكل ما تقوم به من أعمال رائعة، لدينا اليوم أيضا مركز الشباب اليمني الأمريكي، والذي بدوره يقدم خدمات لطلابنا ومجتمعنا بشكل عام. أمنيتي بعد أن انضممت إلى هذا المركز أن نعمل نحن وجمعية الطلاب والمهنيين كفريق واحد لخدمة الطلاب والمجتمع اليمني بإذن الله تعالى. أوكي. وأخيرا أتوجه إلى الخريجين الأعزاء وأقول لهم: نحن فخورون بكم حد السماء، أنتم المستقبل، ونحن جميعا نراقب خطواتكم ونتوقع أخبار نجاحاتكم. We are proud of you. We are watching you guys. We want to hear good news about you. We want to see you in the highest position in the White House, inshallah. Keep doing what you are doing. You are doing an excellent job, and never give up, inshallah. Wassalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Sina. I hope the parents learned from your experience. We have lots of high school graduates today, nearly 50, like 50. It takes time to count to 50. We almost have 20 college graduates too. That makes 70. Thanks to those who signed up. Thank you. We are almost there, and we'll shortly present to you the California graduates for 2020. But before that, we have an exceptional graduate we are celebrating today. We have a PhD graduate and from UC Berkeley that we want to hear from. Ashwaq Sam Houtar received her PhD in the joint program in medical anthropology at the UC Berkeley and UC San Francisco. This fall, she will join the UC Irvine's anthropology department, a UC president's postdoctoral fellow focusing on the work of culture in an afterwar. She was a National Science Foundation fellow. She was conducted ethnographic fieldwork in hospitals and clinics in Yemen, Saudi Arabia, and Jordan. Her dissertation research on the experience of health and medicine amongst Yemeni physicians, scholars, and patients draws on the work of Yemeni philosophy and Arabic medicine in the region. Her research on medical reform rethinks the ways in which Islam and medicine have been considered in anthropology. Please welcome Ashwaq Houtar.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Just want to give a big Alf Mabruk to all the graduates from high school, college, and then also to my fellow PhD graduate, Naeem Al-Amri, who also graduated from UC Merced. We should all be very proud of ourselves. It's a huge accomplishment. And I have just a couple of words to say to the parents and also to all the graduates, including my mother, who's watching from Yemen, which I'm very excited about. Given that this is a virtual ceremony. I am the only daughter in a family of 11. Like many of you, my parents grew up on village farms in Yemen, had no formal education, and embodied the practice of egalitarianism and hospitality of the tribes and the mysticism of Sufi scholars. Within the United States, I did not know many Yemeni women pursuing higher education, never mind a PhD. I only discovered that my maternal grandfather, Abdurrahman al-Ghazali, was a family-taught qadi as a teenager. My drive for scholarship was instilled in me by my father and mother. I lost my father at a young age, at the age of 14. He forewent pursuing an education in order to work long hours in his Brooklyn bodega to provide for his entire family in Yemen, just like many of our parents. My mother's knowledge and practice of prophetic medicine and the Islamic tradition opened me up to the study of the soul in medicine, which I pursued in my PhD. And many of us inherit practices, knowledge, and traditions through our parents that are often unnamed, as you've kind of heard and has been resonating through all the speakers. The recent events brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic is not something that we as a community have not faced before. Yemeni people have experienced isolation within the United States, an ongoing physical separation from our families in Yemen, and a cutoff from our tradition. The ways we have adapted and grown from both COVID and our very own diasporic and global conditions shows us that being cut off doesn't just divide, isolate, or separate. New conditions have prompted and allowed us room to expand and to invent. I say this because we as a community have grown so much in terms of beginning to invest in an education that is institutional and recognizable, because we have a lot of education and knowledge within our community. And although there's a lot more to do, as we combat the usual narrative that our sole being in the US is for economic gain, we must now turn to figure out what exactly to do with this investment. My interest in pursuing a PhD was largely out of an intention to write a different history of Yemen, or collect narratives that were beyond the statistics of it as a failed and impoverished nation state. Yemen is a rich site of Islamic history and practices. Islam as a civilization and empire has contributed a lot to contemporary science, philosophy, and medicine. My next project will be to examine the effects of the destruction, blockade, and famine produced by the war in Yemen, the effects in Yemen, but also here. We are not simple bystanders. Many of us are connected to Yemen and have families in Yemen, but we also are affected by witnessing people like us die each and every day. Growing up in the US, we have had many conversations within our community regarding our movement away from Yemen and Yemeni traditions. Many of us were taught that to become educated is to move from our Yemeni traditions. When we repeat these narratives and believe that to move forward is also to turn away from Yemen and our traditions and its indigenous knowledge, basically we simultaneously see Yemen on fire in constant recurring civil wars in a place filled with corruptions. We are not only devaluing our rich history and knowledge, we turn away from our own selves. However, we now look at the United States very clearly as a land filled with police brutality, political corruption, anti-Blackness, systemic racism, and racial capitalism. A land that bails out banks and corporations, but leaves people to starve. We can no longer accept the misconception that we are here in the US to obtain beneficial knowledge that will just simply be handed to us. To acquire beneficial knowledge, ilman nafi'an, we must actively seek, create, and interrogate the knowledge we use and apply it beneficially. Just as we offer zakat on our income that we create, so must we offer zakat on the knowledge we acquire. For me, this zakat, following scholars, is to teach. For others, it could look like many things. For example, the literacy program that AAYSP does. We do not just simply accumulate knowledge for the sake of having it, for the sake of domination, or for the sake of aspiring to whiteness. We all have this desire to grow spiritually, intellectually, become secure economically and emotionally, but we also have to understand that there are limits to the fulfillment of our own selves. When I was doing field research in Saudi, my mom visited me during the summer to go to Umrah. My mother, a very proud Yemeni woman in Saudi Arabia while the country was waging a war in Yemen, looked into the very eye of every Saudi person in the mosque and said, "You know, you look very Yemeni." Startled by the provocation, they felt her strength. "You should see yourself in me," she reminded them. "There's a limit to desire. There's a limit to enjoyment." I learned a very important lesson from what my mom was drawing out. We should know that there's a limit to our desire, to our self-aspirations. We must begin to contribute to our community. We must begin to learn the lesson of what ilman naf'an truly means. And thank you. And again, congratulations to all the graduates.
That was really powerful. I really liked what you said. Everybody, that was bars. You heard that. And now it's time for us to wrap this up and honor our students. Our graduates will be getting gifts in the mail over the next couple of days. Check your mails. I mean, most of you probably have got them already, if you think about it. Most of you already got them. Like, you guys got the gifts way before the event even started. You guys probably were confused. Like, we're doing this way ahead of time. Name another company who gives you the gifts ahead of time. Like this, the gift, you will be getting gift cards in a special wrap. Like, the special wrap is already a gift if you think about it. The special wrap we're giving you, look at the special wrap. That's like a gift already. We don't even need a gift. That's a gift by itself. But you're getting a gift on the gift. Think about it. Not even Albert Einstein thought of this. The gift on the gift. Like, it's amazing. Please welcome our class of 2020. Here they are.
And now the class of 2020. Tamim Yahya Al-Ali, UC Berkeley. Yusuf Munir, our guest speaker, UC Berkeley. Fayed Fuad Ali Dahan, California State University, East Bay. Sharifa Ubad, California State University, East Bay. Akram Abdu Saad, ATSU, Arizona School of Dentistry and Oral Health. Abdussalam Al-Nusayri, California State University, Sacramento. Shihab Ali Mudhish, California State University, San Francisco. Ibrahim Ahmed, Merritt College. Jamal Al-Saidi, Merritt College. Ithar Khalid Hussein, Consums River College. Samira Anwar, Laney College. Bushra Gubari, Skyline College. Akram Ghanem, Oakland High School. Muhammad Muhsin, Oakland High School. Sara Al-Hajjagi, Oakland High School. Asala Hassan, Oakland High School. Kinoz Wasil, Fremont High School. Kibriya Wasil, Fremont High School. Ali Dahan, Fremont High School. Muhammad Abdul Aziz Saleh, Fremont High School. Abrar Muhammad Al-Dihmi, Fremont High School. Anhar Muhammad Al-Dihmi, Fremont High School. Hassan Muhammad, Emory High School. Omar Al-Ali, Emory High School. Jannah Ali Aoun, Averos High School. Ruqayya Mubaris, Averos High School. Salman Ali, Oakland Technical High School. حمزة القبلاني Oakland Technical High School. سند عطية Vista High School. مصطفى فيصل العمري Vista High School. عبد الرحمن صادق غانم Quest Academy High School. سيف الدين البقال Aspire Richmond California College Preparatory Academy. صفوان دباشي Alameda Science and Technology Institute. هديل المفلحي Envision Academy of Arts and Technology. أصيلة علي زيد Coliseum College Prep Academy. ندى صالح الطبياني California Virtual Academy San Joaquin. سند ضبياني California High School. ناصر المفلحي McClemens High School. أحمد عبد الرحمن الجنيدي Rhode Island Alameda High School. أنس فرحان Encinal High School. شادي فضل Valley View Charter Prep. ليث هشام الزنداني كابليس هاي سكول. محمد محرم ويستمور هاي سكول. ناجي أحمد البقال أنثيوم هاي سكول. خطاب العمري City Arts and Tech High School. مروان Kennedy High School. أحمد صادق غانم SF International High School. يوسف سليم الشاري Connecting Waters Charter School. منى حسين الدباشي Holy Names High School. رزيقة ظهران Skyline High School. هبة عبد الصمد William Cullen Bryant High School. نور الحكيم راول ويلبرغ High School. بشار محمد Berkeley High School.
الدمع يجري بكل عين كلنا نرفع لخالقنا اليدين نحمده دايم على هذا النجاح يا عساه يدوم في كل.
And some graduates from out of state who signed up for this California ceremony, we want to congratulate them. Lena Jalad, New York University. Nasser Al-Sairi, Dossier Liberty Middle School. Ahmed Fadl, Edsford High School. Rima Sima, Insight Online School. Hassan Abdali, Edsford High School. Omar Abdullah, Edsel Ford High School. And last but not least, Al-Miqdad Abdu, Fortson High School. Congratulations, class of 2020.
That was awesome. Congratulations to everyone. I know some of y'all were screen recording like, oh my God, he said my name. He said my name. Ma, قال اسمي. You guys were freaking out. But for real, I'm proud of you. I'm really proud of you guys. Like, I feel like a dad. Like, oh, right now we got 160 people in the body. What's up, little human beings? Thank you for tuning in. 160 people watching. That's crazy. I want to congratulate everyone. Take your hats, throw them as high as you can until you can't see them. May Allah make your hats fly as high as your dreams. Hisham, do you have any closing remarks you want to end this with?
Yes, thank you, Mundir. And first I want to apologize for butchering people's name, okay? I know that was horrible, but we tried to give a shout out to all the graduates so they can hear their name. So I apologize if I said it wrong. First of all, I want to congratulate everyone, high schoolers, college, and PhD graduates. This is an incredible achievement, and I want to congratulate you day in, day out. A lot of work has been put into this virtual ceremony. Initially, when the idea came up, we thought it would be easy and simple. We could pull it off in, little preparation, but it took a lot of hours. And I would like to give credit to a lot of the volunteers who helped us make this event possible. So please allow me in thanking our speakers first and foremost for being with us, whether it's live on the Zoom or via a recorded video. I want to also thank the AAYSP staff, National Board, specifically Jihan Hakim, our Director of Public Relations, Adib Mu'zib, our VP. And I also want to thank the local board, represented by Hussam Falah and Dayfallah Muhammad. They all did an amazing job and they spent a lot of hours behind the scenes. I want to also thank Ithar Hussein. She's actually my niece. She was tasked to prepare and put together all the slides for the ceremony, which took roughly 10 to 20 hours of work. She was also in charge of ordering all the gifts on Amazon individually for each single graduate. So I want to thank her for that and all her time. I want to also thank the Daly City Islamic Center, the Youth Center, California UC Berkeley, YSA, and the Yemen American Network for promoting our event and helping us spreading the word. I want to also give a shout out to the people who appeared in our videos leading up to the event. I want to thank Dr. Shakir Al-Ashwal from Saudi Arabia. He's one of the founders of AAYSP. I want to thank Sheikh Mohammed Migalli for his support throughout our mission with AAYSP. I want to thank Sister Huriya Ruaini from Yemen American Network for her support. I want to thank Sister Amal Al-Audi for her support and working with us for the past couple of years. I want to also thank one of the leaders of the community, Nasr Sumaha. أحييه وأقدم لك جزيل الشكر لدعمنا في هذا الحفل. وأيضا رئيس الاتحاد الأخ فواز الرياشي الذي حضر تكريم ولي الأمر. فشكرا جزيلا لجميع كل من دعموا هذا الحفل، سواء من متطوعين أو من داعمين أو من رعاة للحفل. وأريد أن أكرر شكري وامتناني، وأؤكد عليكم بالعربي، أريد أن أكرر امتناني وشكري لكل الداعمين الرسميين للحفل. أخص بالذكر مؤسسة الجمري، مجموعة الجمري لصاحبها عبد السلام الجمري للدعم والرعاية الرسمية لهذا الحفل. أيضا أحب أن أشكر الإخوة أكرم المسعودي ومحمد القوسي، أصحاب شركة رحلة شاب، شركة جديدة تعمل على إصدار أو إرسال المأكولات وأشياء من اليمن. أيضا أحب أن أشكر الأخ عدنان مزيد والأخ كامل الشرعبي، كيمو وايرلس، محل في أوكلاند for smartphones repairs. I want to thank them a lot for their sponsorships. Again, I want to thank Yemen American Network. I want to thank Mustafa Shuja and his company Vigilant Pro Securities. I want to thank الأب الفاضل. أحب أن أشكر الأب الفاضل أحمد أبو زيد نائب رئيس نقابة العمال، وأيضا الدكتور فارق العودي أخونا في الصيدلة والذي كان جزء من AAYSP في السابق. فشكرا جزيلا، وسامحوني إذا نسينا أي شخص من الأشخاص. بالأخير نود أن نشكركم لحضور هذا الحفل، وأترك المايك لمنذر our MC. I want to thank him a lot. He did an amazing job. He's a celebrity on TikTok with over 300,000 viewers, and he's actually my nephew as well. So I want to thank him a lot. He's done an amazing job. He spent a lot of time practicing. He's not used to official events, but we wanted to cater to the high schoolers and people who are in a younger generation. And we did not want to bore you with our own styles. So thank you very much. And Mundir, you can close the ceremony. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Hisham. That meant a lot. To everyone, I want you to follow your dreams. If you have anything like just follow your dreams. The only person that can stop you is you. So don't. If you're stressing about something right now, think about it. 1 year from now, it wouldn't mean a thing to you. Like everything, don't stress the small things. They wouldn't mean a thing to you. Smile more, spend more time with your family, do all of that, because this is your one chance at life. Don't let the little things affect you. Just be happy, because just think about the things you worried about 1 year ago that you don't care about now. It's gonna happen next year. You're not gonna care about the small things. So be happy, smile more. Thank you all for watching. I think the highest was 170 people in the stream. Thank you all for watching, and have an amazing day.